G'day all, welcome back to Dad vs Son and our playthrough of the full campaign of Fortress Europa from Compass Games. And we're about to go on with the July week 3 turn. So let's come on over and have a look at what we've got. I know I waffled on a bit the last one about different plans and stuff like that. So I don't probably need to go through all that rubbish again with you. So let's just get into it and see how we're going. So again, turn record phase is done. We're good to go. Weather determination in July. Okay. And we have a 2, so we still have clear weather, which warms the cockles of my heart, it does. Righto, air allocation phase. So, again, what do we want to do is the Germans still have a couple of air units, so we need to be prepared for that. I still want to try and cut Rommel off from running away if I can, and I still want to try and cut these guys off from doing too much backwards and forwards across the river here as well. So that is worthwhile. And we need to get a couple of good attacks in up towards Cherbourg and Orleans and down to Bordeaux and that sort of area. So before I go on with any of that, this one now goes up to 11. Do we have an 11 in here? No, probably not. Okay, so we're up to 11 in here now, and this 2 becomes a 3, so it's back to normal as well. So there we are. Okay, so next turn, I forgot the name of the place already. Brest goes back to normal and we can start to play silly buggers. When I get to the replacement stage, I'll do a total recalculation and see how we're going then. Righto, so shan't be long, air allocation. Okay, from the Allied point of view, this is how I've set it up. Again, we've got 1 sack on the V1s and the U-boats, so we can try and get all of our replacements in. I've got 1 sack and 1 tack on bridge attacks, 1 on German reinforcements, and everything else is on ground support at this stage. The Germans have 2 air units left, so I'm going to roll a die, and on a 1 to 3 they'll have 1 unit, and on a 4 to 6 they'll have the 2 units. So 1 unit for them this time, which leaves them 1 for the final week. And if we go to the aircraft allocation track, they roll a 5, which is German replacements. So that's actually quite a good one for them. So that takes out that, and they'll get at least their replacements this turn. Righto, so we'll take our 2 bridge attacks. We'll come back over here. And we're going to, again, take out this river and this river here. Like that. So then we're into the Allied replacement phase, and we have all of our replacements. So that takes the Americans in July, again 3 units, so they're going to get 2 infantry, taking them to 3, 1 armour, taking them to 4, and the Brits will get 2, so they'll get 1 infantry, taking them to 6, and 1 tank, taking them to 5. Yeah, their armour's on 5. Both armours are on 5. Righto. So it just comes down to the count now of what we've actually got. So looking at it at the moment, we have 3 and 12 for the mulberry is 15, and 11 is 26, and 6 is 31, 34 with Saint Nazaire. And currently we have a para unit doesn't count, and a para unit doesn't count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 11, 12. And 4 is 15. And 4 is 19, 21, 23. And 3 is 26. And 4 is 30. And 1 is 31. Which still leaves us with 2 supply capacity. So I'm quite happy with that at the moment. And we're going to pick up at least another 1 for La Rochelle, which is bloody wonderful. So that is good. So where do we want to put our replacements is what it comes down to. So from the American point of view, we have the 4th Infantry Division here, which I think is good for bumping up. So we're going to put 1 on there, which means he can't move this time. Oh, Jesus. It's still a bit cool in here as well. Okay, so that's 1 infantry in there. I don't think we have another infantry on the board. We've got an armour there. And we've got an armour there. But there's no other American infantry on the board we need to worry about. So we've used 1. We have 2 left. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade the 5th Division and use the 2 to bring it back in as a reduced unit. So 5th Division comes back as reduced, and we have no infantry replacements left for the Americans. Now, the 4th I'm going to fix up, 4th Armoured Division. Oops, sorry. It's always that the counters are slightly different sizes and so forth. So that's 1. I'll just tip all these back over. Oops. And we're going to do the 6th as well. And that's 2 armour for the Americans. Like that. I'll take that off, and that leaves them 3 armour to play with. And now the Brits. Well, we're not doing the paras, so we can ignore that. And I think everything else is fine at the moment. So that's good. So what we're up to then is the partisans. So again, we want a 5 or a 6. Oi! And we get the partisans this time. Righto, so where do we want to stop them? Dun, 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 dun. Do, do, do. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the partisans down here. Like that. And that way it blocks anything coming in to Bordo, so that they can't get any railed replacements in there if I can't get down there in time. And I think that is a damn fine idea for a young fella like me, or a damn horrible idea for an old fella like me. Right, next, the first Allied move impulse. So I'm going to have a look at this and then I will come back to you, because I've got to work out exactly what I can and can't do here. So it shan't be long. Rightio. So I think I've got it worked out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the 6th Parachute Division into La Rochelle. And we'll do a roll. And we have full there. So that gives us an extra 3. Taking us to a supply capacity of 5 at the moment. Right, so we have destroyed another one. So that fortress is destroyed. That fortress is destroyed. Oh, that fortress is destroyed. And this one is destroyed, like that. Okay, so the next thing that's going to happen is I'm going to move the 79th here. 1, 2, 3, 4. These 3 units here, all infantry, are going to go 1, 2, 3. This infantry is going to go 1, 2, 3. These 2 armoured units are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into here. This infantry here will go 1, 2, 3. And this infantry will go 1, 2, 3 into there as well, like that. And 1 para as a free stacking unit is good. Second armoured regiment for the French is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 around to there, and the Canadians are going to come down 1, 2 into there, and 1, 2 into there. So even if he wants to, this is the only way he can go then, even if he wants to retreat. Next, we are going to bring these two, sorry, this unit here, 1 into there. Whoops. And the 29th into there as well, like that. The 5th is going to go 1, 2, 3. The 9th here is going to go 1, 2. The 2 patterns, 2 armoured units are going to go there. And Hodges 2 are going to go to there. Like that. And this guy can go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this guy can go 1, 2 into there. And we're going to try and take out Rommel and his mob. And these will just stay there for the time being. He needs to stay there. The first Polska is coming off for 1, and the 6th is coming off for, so they don't cost anything, so they're just coming off and going back in ready to play again, like that. And I need to work out what other units I want to bring on. I'm going to bring the second here for the second forward again as well. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. It's still in a range, so that's good. So give me a tick and I'll work out what units I want to bring on or move otherwise. Righto. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring on 2 American infantry divisions, the 2nd and the 30th, and they're both going to come on at Simalo, and they can move. Hey, they see they're jumping for joy, and they're going to go 1, 2, 3 up to there, like that. They don't want to go in against these guys at the moment, so they don't have to. We're also going to bring on the 53rd for the British, along with the 7th and the 11th Armoured as well. And they're both going to come on in St. Nazaire. And the 7th and the 11th are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down to here, and the 53rd is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 into La Rochelle at the moment, like that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my 3rd paradrop using the 507th Parachute Infantry Regiment and the 501st Glider Regiment, and those are both going to land in Orleans in support of the Canadian attack there, like that. Let's just put them like that. So we've brought on 5 units, so we have a 0 supply capacity again at this time. And that's our first move impulse. So we go into our first combat impulse, and I'll work out the odds, and then we can come back and see who gets hurt. Won't be long. Rightio. So what we have is 3 combats: 5-1 into Caen, or Cannes, 3-1 into Orleans, and a 5-1 into here. So we'll just start north and work our way down. Righto, 5-1. Oh, for a 1. Of course, it's an exchange. So we'll just use this little unit here, the 9th, and the 11th here will go away. That's our unit. The 11th goes back up there. Okay. Okay, so we have the exchange. Both sides take a step loss. The attacker retreats all surviving units, but they're in a city, so they don't have to. So they're just going to stay there. Simple as that. And those 3 hairy planes are all finished. Righto, and now over here at Orleans. 3-1 off for a 1. Attacker retreats, which means that I lose both these units. Because I don't think they can retreat. But this guy comes back 1. These guys come back. Attacker retreats. Attacker retreats all units 1 or 2 hexes. So that's good. I'm just going to do a quick read on the airborne stuff. Yep, I was right. They're gone. I destroyed them. No. Okay, and I'll just leave them, and hopefully I can try and get them back at some stage, but yeah, it's not looking good. Okay, which leaves us with 1 to go, which is down here at a 5 to 1. Let's mix this dice up first. Here we go. A 6. That's what I should have done last time. And of course we have a D-E. So everything is gone, but the leader Chevalerie becomes Nobelsdorf, or Nobelsdorf, and comes back on the next turn. So he'll come back in the last July turn. I'll chuck him over there. So they've lost the 11th Panzer Division, the 158th Training Division, and the 25th Panzer Grenadiers. Ouch. Okay, 158th. Go there. The 11th, go there. And the 25th was a G unit. Good. Yeah, he started in Stuttgart, the poor bugger. Okay. And those aircraft have been utilised as well. Okay, so that's our first impulse. So now we're into the second move impulse. Righto. So the first thing we're going to do is move the first into here and destroy that. So that is destroyed. The 5th will go 1, 2 and destroy that one. And there are no U-boat bases left over here anymore. So therefore, the Americans don't have to worry about wasting SAC on U-boats anymore. Yay! Righto, so he's moved his 2. This guy is here for 8. So we could go 1, 2, 3. You've got attack across the river. These guys can move 2. So they'll go 1, 2 down to here. These 2 here will go 1, 2 over to here as well. And these guys here are gonna go 1, 2, 3 out this way. Dempsey is going to come down. He's 1, 2, 3, 4. He's in range of everybody. The 53rd will come down with him, like that. Now, this little poo head, we're going to come back again for 1 there. These guys will come back 1 there. He'll come in there, and these 2 will come in 1, 2 there, like that. But again, I can't bring the Frenchies in. So Frenchie is going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 to there. He's still in range and is good. Righto, in here now, These guys can move 1. These guys can't move. Oh, they can move 2, sorry. These guys can't move. These guys can't move. Pathe can come over. Hodges can come over. These can't move. If I move him up there, we've got 12 to 8. That I can put another 4 in. That'll give me 16 to 8 would be a 2 to 1. So these two are going to come up to there. This guy's going to go 1, 2, 3. Moving down towards his counterparts there. And we now have this all blocked off here. So nobody can get through there. And we have this one blocked off here. So nobody can get down that way as well. And this one is blocked off there as well. Like that. Righto, so with doing what we've done, we're going to have 3 combats again. So I'll sort them out and we'll come back and see again what damage we can do. Rightio, so some shitty attacks up here, pretty good one down here. Let's start again from the north and move down. So we have the American infantry against the German panzers in the rough terrain there. So it's a 2 to 1. For a 6 is an exchange. So they're going to lose the 2nd SS and the 2nd division will take a hit. And both sides take. The attacker retreats all surviving defending units 2 hexes. And he can't go back 2 hexes no matter what, other than going 1, 2. And we don't want to do that. We don't want the Americans don't particularly want him to do that. But he can. And there's nothing else that the Americans can do. And he's going to accept a retreat. So he goes back 1, 2 into there like that. Okay, then we have this one up here, which is going to the 2 to 1. Oh, for 2 is an A1. Did it? So we'll take it off the poor old big red one again. Like that. And he has to lose 1. And he can't afford to lose it off. Oh no, sorry, it's an A1, dickhead. A1. Attacker takes 1 step loss and retreats all his surviving units 1 or 2 hexes. Okay, so we come back 1 here. We come back 1 here. And we come back 1 here. So that's actually not too bad. We've ended up disengaging. Not that they had to attack us anyway, but yeah, those can go away. Which leaves us the 4 to 1 in here now. So we are whittling them away, that's for sure. But for a 3, 4 to 1 for a 3 is a DR. Attacker retreats all defending units 2 hexes. However, the little man does not have to retreat because he's in a city, is my belief. Retreat. Combat. 14. No, that's not what I want. Hang on a tick. I'm going to have a look. Sorry. Okay, so I've been doing that wrong. So no, cities they do have to. It's only fortresses and rough that they don't have to retreat. So there may have been a retreat up here, but yeah, I screwed it. So what we have here is a DR. So the attacker retreats all defending units 2 hexes. So this guy has to come back here for 1. And I think we will put him here for 2, like that. So yeah, that's all we got out of that, which is better than nothing. Okay, so that's all our combat done. We then go into the rail control phase, but I think we've got that fairly well settled. All the rail markers are sort of out. We've got partisans down here, so yep, that's all done. The Allied supply phase. All these units are within command radius, so they're all good. The same here. The French is an interesting one. We're in command radius. I don't know if that gets cut off because he could always come around this way, sort of thing. So I don't think there's a great problem there. Everything down to the south is good around Bordo and that sort of thing. So no, I think that's fine, and I don't think we need to do anything else. We haven't brought any other units on. The only units we've lost were paras, so that didn't affect our combat at all. Second SS up there. Right, so that's done, and that ends the Allies, the Allies' turn. So all in all, not bad. We've pushed the SS back to Cherbourg, which we didn't really want to do. But again, he's in a fortress city, so he doesn't get doubled at least. He gets doubled and he gets halved because he's in a fortress and a city all in one. So that's okay. We've knocked down Rommel's support units a bit. We still have plenty of support and everything else happening around here. We've cleared out Orleans. We just need to get back in there. We've cleared out the last of the units, which is great, and we should be able to kick our asses into Bordeaux next turn. The Germans have got some problems. Yeah, I know, that's an understatement. But we'll see how it goes. So, again, thanks very much. I hope you're enjoying it. And, again, if I've made any major blues, just let me know. If I can fix them, I will. If I can't, then I'll just try and take it on board as usual and go from there. But, no, it's a good game. And at least we'll start seeing some German reinforcements coming on as of next week anyway. So take care, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now. G'day all, welcome back to Dad vs Son and our playthrough of Fortress Europa from Compass Games, and we're about to go on with the German part of the turn. So let's get into it and see what we can do. So German replacement phase. They have 1 armour and 1 infantry that they can do. So we're going to do the first SS armour. because they're in supply, because they're in a port. And an infantry. I could do the third parachute. And there's really nothing up here. I could start bringing the rest of the... Yes. So we're going to do the 272nd Infantry Division in Nice. And that's their stuff done. And they have nothing left again. So we're into the German first move impulse. Right. So, again, nothing's coming out of Cherbourg, that's for sure. There's nothing that these guys can really do. They need to sit there and take their licks. Because if they try and come out, they're going to be hitting too much. There's just no hope in hell there. The 275th here needs to get the hell out of Dodge. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3. In fact, it's just going to go 1, 2, 3 to there. Is good. I don't really want to, well, as much as I hate to do it, I'm going to take the Panzer Grenadiers here, and they're going to go 5. So I can get them down to Troyes. Try and get them down to Dijon. Yeah. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 into there. Like that. So we've got a good start along here. I got 2 4 3s here. I'm going to pull 1 out, and that's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can try and keep our line going at least. What have we got in St. Quentin here? Now, that's what I've got, is the 165th training. Was a 15. Okay, 165th training. 182, 165th goes over and is now the 70th. It's got a movement of 3. So let's bring him forward 1, 2, 3, like that. And there's really nothing else that we want to move other than these guys. And I'm not sure what to do with them. We could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As a spoiler, that's 14 to 9 would be a 1-to-1. Is that a worthwhile? What's 1-to-1 look like? Pretty crappy, doesn't it? Attacker 2, attacker 1, attacker retreat, an E2, an exchange, and we'd need a 6 for a DR. So realistically, no, that doesn't look good at all. The other thing is to try and get one of them into here and pull t'other one back, or pull both of them back. But if I pull them both back, then I'm freeing up N6 here for the Americans to just come straight in and really hammer the hell out of here. So I'm actually going to move the 20th forward. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. To there, like that. Just to give them a little bit more punch. Nothing's happening there. What do we have in Brussels? A headquarters and a 4-3. Okay. Well, sorry, a training and a 4-3. Oh no, it's a headquarters. So we're going to bring this forward, and it can go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's still in range. Is it on range of anything? No, we'll rail it forward, and it goes chug, 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 down to Dijon. There we go. So we've got somebody into Dijon, which is good. Okay, so that's their movement. German first combat impulse. There's nothing. Nope. So we go into their second move impulse. So this little fella here can go a 3, but if he moves any further, he's not going to make it to there. So we don't need to worry about that. This little bloke can go 2. So he's going to go 1, 2 into there, like that. This little fella can move 2 as well. So he's going to go 1, 2 into here. Bum, 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 bum. And that is probably about it. There's really not much else I can do. Yeah. So again, into the second combat impulse, and there is no combat at all. So we go into the rail control phase. And again, this is still blocked off, blocked off, blocked off, blocked off. We still have the partisans down here at the moment. So yeah, that's it. German supply phase. So these guys are in cities, so they're good. These guys are within range of headquarters units. Same here and here and all that over there. These guys are in a port, so they're good. Everybody is good, and we go to the end of turn segment, and we remove the can't move markers from there and there. And that's right, up there, like that. And the partisan comes off as well, I believe. Yeah. Righto. So from a German point of view, we've increased into Cherbourg. I can only take it that what happened is they just ferried them around the coastline and into there. We've increased this here slightly as well, built up these a bit, which is good, extended our line down slightly, which is good, and that is about it. Next turn the Germans will get back their leader again, which is wonderful, though he's got a long way to come forward if we're going to use him forward at all. So from the grand scheme of things, we have basically a new German front line here along the Paris line. Down this way, things are looking awfully crook. Probably down a bit too far. Like I said, the Allies will move down and try and take out Bordeaux this time, pick up even more supply capacity as the armoured units start to move over as well. And we start to prepare for maybe a second invasion, which could be interesting in that we've got a couple of choices where we could come in through the Mediterranean, which will then free up most of these British forces to head east, which would be fairly good, and they can cut off any retreat from these German units that are here at the moment. Or conversely, we could pop into here, but that seems a bit silly to me. So realistically, probably popping in here would be a bit betterer, which then maybe we can come down the peninsula here or whatever else. I don't know. What's that terrain? That looks funny. Oh, flooded terrain. I don't like that. Units stop and move no farther this turn. Yeah, so it'd be but, and then but, and then but. Yep, okay. So we've got a couple of choices there, that's for sure. We're starting to get up towards that point, but we're still at least one turn away from that. From the German point of view, the whole of Germany is basically shitful at the moment. So unless I start pulling everything back from Paris and just going into our fortified zones for Germany and filling up the old Siegfried line there, the West Wall, there's really not much else I can do. Effectively, as I start getting more units, I can start chucking them up there, but I'm not getting all that many units. They're not great units at all. And there's a fair chance that if the Allies land up here successfully, then they may well be able to punch straight down, take out these two German cities, get around behind and take out all this while all this other crap's going on. And the Germans will be caught between two fronts. If the Allies come into the Mediterranean, they've still really got a one-front war here with the Allies. And even though it's a large area, if we get some Allies down around Lyon and Saint-Étienne and stuff like that, then we're basically cutting off anything from Italy and the Tyrol and everything else, because they can't get over into Germany that way at all. So they've got to come up through this way. And this is the only real rail line at the moment. So it's going to be, in the next turn or two, whether we start to actually think about holding this still or start pulling everything back to as much as we can, which is a bit of a pain. And the Americans can run faster than a lot of the Germans can. And especially if we cut their rail movement down, it's going to make it even harder for them to get through. So that's my thoughts at the moment. There's a couple of ways of going. And from the Allied point of view, we can make life difficult with a second invasion in the next couple of weeks. And the Germans have to decide what they're willing to give up. And so do I go historical sort of way and try and hold everything and just get smashed? Or do I start pulling back? And we'll just have to wait and see. So thank you once again. Take care, and I will catch you for the next episode full of mistakes and misrepresentations in Fortress Europa. Bye for now.